and I'm just trying to grow. So, in terms of your, I don't even want to say situation, your experience when it comes to life, are there any struggles that you've had to go through coming up to this point before the business of Gin Papi podcast that you may deal with now to this point?
I think for me, as far as I've always been very much like I keep all of my stuff to myself, and obviously I've learned over time that that's not the best avenue.
Yeah.
But because I've done it for so long, I've also learned to not burden myself with it.
What does not burdening yourself look like?
Sometimes you are going through something, you go, I don't really want to put it on anybody else. So you put it all on yourself, and you kind of dig a hole. Like you're just trying to figure it out all by yourself. Digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
I've learned to use I'm using the moments to reflect and figure out what is going right, what is going wrong, and how can I navigate through it, instead of just always just holding it in. Like I'm still going to talk it out. It might not be with the person, it might not be with the therapist, but if I know I'm going through something and I need to workshop it, very much writing it down, speaking it out loud, just trying to get through the problem and figuring out how to navigate through it, as opposed to just holding it all in and being like, I've got this thing that I want to tell somebody, but I don't want to put it on anybody else.
So for you, readjusting has been, how can I outsource this feeling and put it somewhere else that's not just me?
Yeah. So for a long time, the podcast definitely helped a little bit if it was things I was going through. For a long time, I was an artist, so that was kind of my thing.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm going through something, I have an outlet. Just let it all out.
Yeah.
And this can also be used for if somebody else happens to be going through it now we're connected this way. So when I wasn't doing music though, or I had something that was too deep that I thought is way too deep for the intro, this isn't for y'all, it's still writing it down, talking it out with myself. Sometimes the man in the mirror is just as good as a therapist for me. Now I'm not getting the talk back necessarily, but I'm still getting it off my chest. And then when I say it out loud, it kind of helps the wheels turn a little bit. Like, damn, I'm going through this thing. The more that I speak it, the more that I get it out of my system as not the burden, and now like it's out on the paper. All right, now we can plan it out. This thing is happening. All right, cool. This is how we're going to get out of this, and here's how we're not going to get back here again.
Okay. So you set traps for yourself just in case you feel you're getting closer to like the older behavior, like, hey, recognize. So what's the process of building recognition look like for you? Like, could you give me some examples?
I think for me, there's always there's a moment of like a breakthrough for me. And I know what it looks like now. Like before I would spiral a little bit.
Describe spiraling to me.
So like for me personally, I know when things like really, really bother me deep down, I would get all of the, I don't want to call it cliche, but like all the things that we hear about, right? So like, don't really eat, don't really sleep, my mind's just going. Now, I usually think a lot anyway, but I can see when the wheels are spinning a little too fast. So sometimes I really have to stop myself like, okay, we're doing a lot, what's up? What's going on? And then that's when I can sit back and go, okay, let's be honest. Let me be honest with myself. This thing is bothering me. All right, let's work it out. So I've learned now to recognize that moment before the spiral where I can stop myself and be like, okay, I'm about to go crazy. Let's slow down and figure out what's really going on. So
what's the value of having a friend group or people close to you when that happens?
I think the value for me is knowing that those people are available puts me at ease. It's still very much I don't want to put my bag on you, but knowing that I'm not alone. And if this ever becomes too much, I know exactly who I can call. I know that I can bring you this bag and we can go through it together. I think that puts me at ease knowing that like I'm not alone. Because very much in my early years when I would kind of do my thing, it'd be like I don't even know who to talk to about this stuff. And then I think as I built relationships over time, I learned that some of my friends have gone through the same things, do go through the same things. So just our regular back and forth conversations let me know if ever the burden gets too heavy, that's how we connect. So I can always bring this to you, but I'm gonna bring this to you when I know that it's too big for me. And I think also learning, like, seeing some of my friends also seeing my moments, like us being close, and them reaching out without me having to say anything, it's kind of like, all right, I can also recognize if somebody else says something to me sometimes. Like, hey, you good? Because naturally I'm going to say, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But then when I go back, I should probably go, am I good though? Because if they had to ask, it's clearly written all over my face.
Yeah.
So let's do some digging real quick, because clearly we're not there yet.
There's a moment, right?
Yeah.
It's happening. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of moments like that in my life, like, especially in my current years, like when things go wrong, I'll do something like out of the ordinary, and my friends will definitely go, like, "Yo, you good?" And then that's when I get a moment like, "Damn, all right, all right." If it's that clear,
yeah.
I might be wilding a little bit. I need to restart, reprocess. But yeah, for sure. I think that part of having the community around me is important, because in those moments, maybe when I don't see it myself, I've got my people. It's like, hey, we can talk. Like, I know. I appreciate that. Yeah. But now that you've done that, I know I need to take whatever is going on seriously for me.
Is there ever a point after people check in on you that you should ask for space to feel through what's going on?
Yes. I think for me it's a natural space thing. Like, usually when I am in my bag and I take the space naturally, and depending on, I've matured to a space now, but depending on how much space I need, then I'll let people know. Like, hey, I'm going through something right now. I just want you to know I'm gonna disappear for a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna be away for a little bit.
So you give heads up. You let them know, like, hey, this is on purpose.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yo, when you hit me and I be like, nah, not this time. Like, it's not because I don't fuck with you. It's not because I'm going through something right now. I'm just trying to work it out. But as soon as I'm back, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So I think before I would just disappear. Like, people would check with me, I just wouldn't respond. Like, I'm working on me. I'm gonna get back to y'all. But now I've learned over time, just like, all right, I can go through something, I can take the space, and just for not even the kindness, but just the respect of the people around me, so they don't see me gone, and now they start to spin. Like, oh, my friend is going through something, we don't have to do that.
So that happens where other people spin after your spin. Yeah,
for sure. Like, especially people that care about you, if they are checking in or they're trying to spend time, and now you just start to distance yourself, now those people, their brain starts to turn like, damn, Juice my guy, every time I call him he don't want to hang out no more. So now they're spent for it, maybe have nothing to do with how you feel about them, but now their head is spinning. Now they going, like, now they think they got a problem, so now you just put something in their bag that's not even really a problem. When, like, a simple, like, yo, I'm going through something, I'm gonna get back to you, it's like, all right, cool. Yeah. But also in that moment, people have to respect the space.
Can you tell me a story where you became aware of other people spinning off your spin?
Oh yeah, like my entire 15 to 25.
Word?
Yeah.
Is there a particular story that sticks with you when you think about, okay, I may have to move differently when this happens?
Literally all of them. It's not even really a specific thing as much as, like, that's just how I would move. So I'm going through something, boom, I'm out. I don't tweet, I don't Instagram, I don't talk, I don't text, I'm out of here. So many times in friendships, relationships, people be like, you can't just do that. Yeah. Like, bro, I'm working on me over here. Like, you good over there. Like, what I was going through had nothing to do with you. Yeah. But it would be like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm worried about you. And that's from just friends of mine to my parents to, like, people I was dating. Like,
oh, parents too.
Like, not you just can't. Yeah, like, you just can't dip. Because we don't know what's going on. Anything could happen. You have to understand. Like, I don't necessarily want to come smother you. Yeah. But also, I'm trying to hit you, you not. It's like nothing. Like, if you text somebody, they just leave you on red, and you text again, they just leave you on red. You text again, leave me, like, bro, what's up?
Damn, so like, I see you seeing me.
It's like you just not going. Yeah. Yeah. And especially, like, if it's normal for us to kiki and go back and forth, and then just one day
it's just gone.
It's just not there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Very much like, it was a thing that I used to just be like, nah, that's just me. You can deal with it or you can't. Yeah. And then not more important, but the mature I got, I would see, like, all right, this is really affecting people as well. It's like, I know I'm going through mine, but if I shun people while I'm going through it, now they too are going through something because of me, and that's never what I wanted to do. I was just trying to work on me over here. But I very much have like a cave way of like working through my stuff. Like I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna work it out, and then I'm gonna come back out into the sunshine. I'm gonna hang out with y'all, but in the meantime, in between time, while I'm working through it, I need to be like focused.
Yeah.
So all the extra noise doesn't really help in the process.
So when you do finally get that moment to focus, what does focusing in your private look like for you? Like, you already told me about journaling and getting rid of things, but when you look back, how do you implement a new habit?
The new habits kind of work where if the things that I'm already doing aren't working, then I'm like, all right, I tried this thing that usually works for me. I've tried this thing that usually works for me.
Yeah.
They're not working. Let's try to find a new way. And that kind of goes back to the thing that I was saying with like, if therapy doesn't work, there are other avenues for you to. So like, all right, I tried writing it down. That didn't work. Cool. I tried talking to the man in the mirror about it. That didn't work. Cool. So now I'm like, all right, let me try to find a different resource and me trying to find a different way. So it's very much always, even when I'm not really going through it, always finding another way to, if I get here again, or if I'm going through something, what are a plethora of ways we can get through it. So that way I have it in my head, like if the ways that I don't work, I've already got another tool. I might not use it all the time, but the tool is still available. So when I started very much taking my mental health seriously, I would just look up stuff. Like, yo, what's another way just to calm down? What's another way to find peace, to find center? Might not do it right now, but if I get to that place, I know that these options are available. So I try to keep aware when I'm on the up, that like, yo, let's also find some ways to make sure that we good when we on the down.
So you can't allow yourself to get too high or too low.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
I try to keep it at like a place of staying even keeled. You know, life throws things at you, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
You just accept it as for what it is, and then you just work through it. So in the good times, I'm going to appreciate, like, this is a moment, but I can't hang my hat on the high, because the low is eventually going to come.
Yeah.
So I'm going to appreciate that. So I know also in my head, like, when the low comes, we're not always going to be here.
Can you see the low in the distance?
I try not to see the low in the distance, because then I feel like I look forward to it.
So you try not to look into the abyss.
I try to stay in the moment.
Yeah.
Like it may or may not come, but I know that lows happen. So while I'm right here, we good. We gonna appreciate the good. Sometimes it's just okay.
Yeah.
We at the okay. Sometimes we at low. All right, we low right now, but this isn't where we're going. We're never going to stay here. But I don't try to look forward to the high. I don't try to look forward to the low.
Yeah. So sure. Whatever the day gives you, you're just like,
we just taking the day as it comes.
Yeah.
Because all I have is right now. So if it gets bad, all right, cool. It's bad. Boom. Let's get out of here though.
Yeah.
Because we can't stay here. And when it's high, we gonna relish in the moment. We on the up and up. Cool.
Yeah.
Bad.
Okay. Is there any advice you would give to someone who would want to be there for a friend like you?
If I were dealing with me, I know that I think the people that are in my life do a really good job. Especially like my closer women friends do a really good job with when I am going through something. I don't want to just put them on, because my guy friends do the same thing. When they can see, or if they notice, or maybe sometimes I'll tell them like I'm going through something, them allowing me the space, but also reminding me that they have my back is good for me.
Okay.
So like, I know that you got it. Like, it's cool. But I mean, like, okay, I'm gonna let you rock, but whenever you're ready to talk, I'm here for you. Just them letting me know that, lo, I heard your boundary. I'm gonna let you be cool, and whenever you're ready to open up, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Cause you know, sometimes people say, yo, I know that you're not like that, so I don't even wanna. Okay, got it. Like, it very much lets me know that you still here for me. I know that. You know that. But just hearing it gives me a sense of relief. Like, all right, if this gets too heavy, I know I can bring it to you. Because like I said, my whole thing is burden. Like, I don't want to burden you with my stuff. So when people like, yo, I've done the push-ups, I've lifted the weights, I'm ready to hold it down. If you want to give it to me, that makes me feel a lot better. But I'm not going to try to take the weight off you.
Yeah.
So I would say if you're dealing with someone like myself that likes to go into the cave mode when I'm working through it, it's like, yo, I'm out here whenever you're ready to come out, but I know that you need to go in there and work on it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to allow you that time. So I think it's just it's like anything. You don't want to pressure someone into the situation. You want them to come to you when they want to come to you. So just letting people know that, all right, whenever you're ready, I got you, but I'm going to let you do you in the meantime.
Yeah. How